gamers, welcome in. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good Monday, good kickoff to your week. This is it. This is the last week of practice before week one of the No Hit Hikers League. So we got our work cut out for us at this point. We've had some pretty okay runs lately. Nothing like exceptionally good, I don't feel like personally. But I mean, we're gonna boot up and we're gonna do our best here. I'm gonna go ahead and just go out on a limb here and say that the next streams for probably the next 7 weeks at least will probably end up going pretty late. Like the tournament is basically upon us, and we're gonna have like a week between every match to work on the runs and all that kind of stuff, and we want to make sure we put our best foot forward each week. So we're gonna have a lot of practice streams coming up, and the games will be on the weekends. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. And yeah, here we go. What is that? So the last run we had was completely hitless, aside from a single hit on Radagon because we did not know how a certain attack worked. I tried to make a small modification to make our strat for that fight a little bit better, and it turned out that was not the way that hitbox worked. So ultimately the goal is honestly kind of just hitless at this point. Like, we've had some low hit runs, not consistently, but definitely a few good ones. So yeah, for this week here, at this point, all we have left to do is kind of just shoot for the cleanest runs possible. Like, I think we have everything figured out at this point. It's just a matter of executing them well, which is often the hardest part. So it certainly isn't just easy from here, you know?
And I can also that you're not then wine. I am Carly. Goodbye.
I've been grabbing that rune like out front in front of the church. I don't know that that's actually necessary. I don't think we're doing anything with that. Like, I think it's only like 200 runes or something like that. So I don't think we need to do that.
Nay, sir, but I can play turning to aid you. You need to the foot. Then summon I bequeath you. It will some torrent. Treat him with.
Alright, and so begins setup. Everyone's favorite part of the Elden Ring run. Not sure where my prompt went. Alright, this money I know I need. So we do want to make sure we pick up these. Hi Nat, welcome in. Thank you for the lurk, I do appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Every single one of those butterfly pickups was a 1. I don't know if that's actually enough. I don't think that has ever happened. Actually, that might be exactly enough, so we can't like whiff anything here. Unless there's like another pickup we can grab on the way. I'm not sure that there is, though. Oh. There we go.
Hello? Can you hear me? Help me. I'm
Oh,
stuck.
you suck.
Hello? Hello? Oh, I at please. Just give and I'll pop. Don't dally. Give it your all. Ah. Ow. Oh, that's well. Wait. I see it now.
Yikes.
Humans all lose their wits eventually.
I completely miscounted that, and that was almost really bad for no reason.
Was my whole existence just a crock?
I'm not actually supposed to finish that combo there. I think I just pulled the trigger like 1 too many times. I think it's supposed to be 4, so unless I accidentally done 5. He like turned really quick there too, though. That was not like him.
Oh, am I? Are you here as a cup?
Yeah, I think we could just sell the ash instead, and then we're fine on money. What the heck? Alright. Alright, so detour to Kaled real quick. It is much preferable to go through Fort Height with the Beast Torch, so it's better to do Kaled first. You can do it without. You're just risking a couple of things that you really don't need to be risking. So like especially in like a tournament setting, we would definitely not want to do that. Alright, I'm like determined to find out what it is that aggro's over here every single time we cross this ledge. I'm like 90% certain it's not one of these dogs. But it's like after we cross, right here. I'm not sure if we actually aggro anything, or if there's some kind of like subtle loading screen there. Because a lot of times when you like load into a new zone, and if you start running, you'll start draining stamina even though you're not in combat. It's like the game doesn't flag you as not in combat immediately when you load into something new. So I'm almost wondering if it's something like that, because like I don't think it's that. There's no way he aggroes to us from down there. Like a really good example is like loading into Placidusax's arena. If you load into that arena and immediately start running, you'll lose like a very small amount of stamina before the game's like, oh, you haven't actually started the boss fight yet. So I almost wonder if it's triggered because of that like little Dragon Burrow title that comes up on the screen there. I'm starting to think that must be it. Which would make a lot of sense. It's just, I feel like, I feel like I always hear something whenever it happens initially too. Like it sounds like some, like wooden crate or something is being broken somewhere, but I don't know. Oh man. Alright, so Melania for week 1, Rolana for week 2, and then I believe Estelle for week 3, because we're doing Age of Stars ending. So I really need to start making sure we're fresh on Rolana as well, because that's a really scary fight. It's like every single one of these objectives has like its own boss where it's like, ooh. Just want to make sure you have those bosses like very, very well done, you know? I knew people like didn't like Estelle as a boss. I didn't really realize why until I was also fighting it. And I was like, you know, Estelle kinda sucks. Did I pick up that stone sword key? I did. Okay, good. And like the really annoying thing is, like Estelle wouldn't be so bad if there was a way to like fight them consistently. That's the annoying part. Is like once you get to like that 50% mark, it is just straight RNG on if you get hit on that run or not. Which is just mind-boggling to me. Yeah, I feel like at some point during our practice for next week, we might just dedicate an entire stream to like fighting Rolana at like RL1 or something like that. Or just like a +0 weapon at the very least. Like, in the actual run, like, it's not a crazy long fight or anything like that. It's just really good to be super familiar with all the different ways that she can screw you over, because there's just so many combo strings that that boss has. So, like, it's just so much to be aware of. And to remember to react a specific way, like, as fast as she combos you as well. Because, like, she's got a couple of strafes that are, like, good, but then she has weird responses to the strafes you can do, which can end up to you needing to roll anyways, so it's like a whole thing, dude. It's like actually insane how like in-depth that boss is. Like Margit and Morgott are very good candidates for like most complex boss in the game, but it definitely isn't like a free competition solely because Rolana also exists, in my opinion. Like, I feel like she only has, like, a couple of startup moves. And everything else is just, like, some random thing that she could go into from there, which is just crazy. It doesn't really seem to be, like, based on a whole lot either. It kind of just seems like, well, she decided to do this time. And all you can do is be like, okay, well, this is what we're doing, I guess. No way. Gold eyes. What? How did that miss? That's actually crazy. Alright, that was just classic controller aim right there. Good lord. Does that aggro him? It doesn't. That's good. Yeah, I think as long as you come through here at night with Beast Torch, there's very, very little that can actually go wrong. I think you're only required to hit the headshot on like the very first guy, because I think he's actually standing close enough where like if he throws a firebomb, he could hit you. Everyone else is pretty out of range though, I think. This has been like a decently fast setup, I feel. It's not too bad. There's not a whole lot left. Like, we're basically on our way to go kill DTS right now. And then we'll come back, we'll kill Bernal. And we'll do like Raya's quest real quick for Gambit, but there's really not a lot left. Alright, so we can go ahead and snag this Grace here. This is a good Raya Grace for later. On this run, we'll not be coming back to Academy, so we can go through the teleporter and just immediately head to EG. Instead of stopping to grab the other Grace there. The heck is happening? We aggro something over here as well. Oh, it's the land squirt. Aha. I didn't realize he was there. Interesting. Alright, so we just want to make sure we grab the lilies up here. Oh. Jump over that guy. Oh, my backroad something. I was gonna craft my fire pots real quick. There we go. So it's about 25 minutes. That's pretty decent. We will likely have DTS dead probably by like the 30-ish minute mark. Like 31, 32, I would assume. It does take a little while to get over there still. But 30-minute mark is good for that kind of thing. No aggro, let's go. $32 mushrooms, that is more than enough. We occasionally have to bone out from the DTSG. Sometimes you just like aggro's funny, and it just doesn't work. So you like to grab that one so you don't go all the way back to the elevator. Well, even coming back to here hurts. Like, this is not a quick run back. But it's much better than reverting all the way back to the elevator, that's for certain. And there we go. That's basically set up. So from here we can hit the round table, purchase the dagger, so we can use Golden Vow. And then Bernalt has to die, do Raya's quest real quick, grab the Dex tier and the Grace for the Albinaric village.
But I can take gathering. Very let my hand.
But all that stuff doesn't really take that long after you've already gotten like all the graces that you need like along the way, basically. So we should be around like the 30-minute mark now. I believe we wrap that stuff up around like the 40-minute mark, if I am recalling correctly. That's all I need to do here. So let's level up at EG.
presume. Oh, I am an old so here. Perhaps.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Get this stuff all set up as well. We don't do the Wondrous Physic until after we get the Dex tier. That's the one that matters after all. Alright, so now we got our Bernalt kill. It still would be really nice if there was just like one more cracked pot we could pick up on the way. Like just make the 5 fire pots and like just be all set.
What's wrong with you? I won't say it twice. I suppose I have no choice then. Is this what Grace would have of us? You are an enigma. To be certain, the Volcano Manor.
Alright.
Oh, wait.
And then Raya's Quest. And while we're running here, we can craft another pot that we'll use to get through Blue Dancer Cave. I don't think that usually happens. So in order to buy the medallion, we have to talk to her first.
But I was a... Could I ask that thug only if you've... Oh, to bless the thug, please.
Alright, so from here, we can grab these Trina lilies. You know, I actually don't think we need to come back here. We can literally just buy things,
I'm not in love with you. You're first.
grab our stuff, and then just go back to the ruins, Grace. Yo, what's up, Chester? How's it going, dude? Welcome in. And then we can grab that lily as well. Just cleaned? Heck yeah, dude. Look at you getting stuff done. I feel that. Like, quite daily, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, you know, if I just suddenly came upon a large sum of money, I think that would solve like 99% of my life's issues. I'm not gonna lie to you. And not being required to clean, that's definitely covered. Yeah, that's definitely a big one. Not having to work would be like the other major one. Yeah, a cook. That would be great. I would like hire a cook. It'd be like, these are my favorite meals at like various restaurants. Literally just like learn how to cook these.
Oh, thank you, kind. Did
And
I
like you
forget?
will have a job
I
forever.
see you are very to study such, please.
Do I have enough money here? Oh yeah, I do. Cheese and lunch meat. Honestly, I think a lot of people do.
I knew you. I hereby take my hand.
Like, it's really, really difficult to have the energy to just get through, like, daily life, and then, like, also making, I don't want to say extravagant meals, but, like, you know,
I am Tanrias, a
like, as
warrior.
soon as it's not something that takes, like, 5 minutes to put together, it almost feels like that qualifies as extravagant. Ooh, really?
You're no matter loud. You're.
Alright, so Gambit. Ah, there you go. That'll do it. Okay, so let's get these on our weapons real quick, set up the physic. So this, and then it's Margit time. Why are you flattened, Vi? What happened? Or is that just what the thought of cleaning does to you? Because that would also be like insanely valid. Alright, physic. Thou. Two-hand. Drink. I'm surprised that didn't transition him, honestly.
Well, thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must
Of
truly
course.
run in thy veins.
Why wouldn't that whiff, really?
Tarnished. I shall remember thee, tarnished, smoldering with thy meager flame.
Such a ridiculous amount of damage, though. Holy.
Of the night, the hands of the fell.
It's tightly. God, you'll breathe.
It's so sick, right?
Well, but of course.
I almost, like, overlooked it, too. That was the crazy thing. I was, like, stuck on the Heaven Splitter for a while, which is like it's like a Sekiro type weapon, which was really cool. The problem was, parrying doesn't do anything in the context of Elden Ring. So, like, I could sit here and I could look really cool, like, deflecting all these attacks and stuff, but, like, it doesn't do anything. Like, it doesn't poise or damage like the poise or anything like that. So you literally just end up deflecting all of this stuff, and then inevitably your stamina is just like completely drained, and then by the time you've deflected this entire combo, you can't even punish because all your stamina is just gone. And like the damage on that weapon was also like not good at all, which was very disappointing. So there was like a lot of things wrong with it. But I was like hard pushing for Heaven Splitter for a bit, and then I was like trying it on like different fights and stuff. I was like, man, this legitimately like just might not be good. What's up, Vi? Welcome back. Whoops. Oh, that wolf like does legitimately chase me. Okay. So we like for real cannot jump on the wolf. Note to self. And then what was the lineup for this bat? It was like the head was supposed to be like around my knees, I think. Nope, that was way too high. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it was a really cool weapon. It just wasn't great in like a hitless context, unfortunately. Like visually it was stunning. It's just the damage wasn't there. Get those out of there. Like that was really the main thing, was the damage wasn't there. And like you had the ability to buff it with lightning, and that's what made it like a normal damage weapon. Was like after it was buffed, it became kind of like comparable to everything in base game. And that buff like literally only lasted like 30 seconds or something ridiculously short like that. So I was kind of just like, man, it's kind of just bad. I know, like, modded stuff has been fun, but I'm very looking forward to just, like, vanilla Elden Ring again when we get back to it. I should rest here. What are we at time-wise? 45, really? I think that's pretty good. If we kill Radon in, like, under an hour, we're, like, cruising. I think Radon is usually dead at, like, the 1 hour, 10-minute mark for this run. So that would actually kind of be, like, insane. How fast and efficient we've gotten everything. Yeah, that one bothers a lot of people. There is like a kukri strat for it. It has worked like maybe twice for me. And that jump I have literally failed once because I didn't jump to the side. I literally just jumped like straight forwards and just like ate the bolts, which is completely my fault. Like obviously the strat doesn't work if you don't do it. Meta does the kukri strat, yeah. And like I've seen it work for other people, but I apparently don't really understand what's supposed to happen because it never happens for me.
I am the Lord
Alright, there's
of
that.
all that is golden. And one day, we'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
That would actually be like such a curveball of a move to add pirates to like the last book of your trilogy. Like you're just sitting there, you're just like reading a book or whatever, and then you get to book 3, and halfway through book 3, all of a sudden they're like, and then there are pirates, and you're like, what? That would be an insane, like an insane way to like wrap up the book. Well, that would make a little bit more sense. It would be really, really funny if they've just been like landlocked the entire series, and then all of a sudden they're just like pirates that came out of nowhere. Sky pirates? I still think that would be really, really funny to add at the tail end of a story. Because if you add something at the tail end of the story, I feel like that means this thing was not necessary at all, but screw you, I wanted it. That's what that says to me. I'm not talking about like a twist where there's like some reveal that the main character's best friend was actually the bad guy, like nothing like that. But just like to just randomly suddenly include the fact that, oh, by the way, this thing also exists and is here. Like that crap would just be the funniest thing to me. Atlantis-style mermaid pirates, there you go. See, it's seeming less and less outlandish in this particular book. I'm just saying. Imagine you're reading, I don't know, like some John Grisham, like, lawyer story book. And then you get to, like, the last, like, 10 chapters, and all of a sudden he's like, and then there were pirates, and you're just like, why were there pirates? Shades of Grey, but pirates. There you go. Or, like, even better yet, imagine you're reading this series, right? And it's just about some dude and his boring, like, office job, right? And he goes through, like, this whole thing. He ends up, like, almost losing his job, and then in, like, book 2, he gets a promotion. And then, like, in book 3, they're talking about, like, making him some really big deal at his company. And then in the last chapter, the zombie apocalypse hits, and all of it meant nothing. That's what randomly throwing pirates in there feels like to me. I bet there is an anime about it. That could be real. Are you serious, Trepster? What are you reading? Hold me. If I ever read a book like that, I would be so upset. If they were just like building up to like all of this stuff and you're like, oh my goodness, like this could be so cool, and then like, oh, this poor character just like deserves a break and finally good things are happening, and then they're just like zombie apocalypse, screw it all. Like, like come on, dude. Oh goodness. I have the hiccups. What do you mean by? Because I feel like there's so many different ways that that could go that if you don't specify, I actually have no idea what you're thinking right now. A lot of... Really? I find that difficult to believe. Wait. And then the system happens? What does that mean? No. I'm talking about like an entire series where like this trilogy has all been about like the same thing and it's been like building off of it, and then to actually end the trilogy, it's just like actually boom, zombie apocalypse, none of it meant anything. And like there's no book 4. Like it just ends.
But now,
Like almost as if the author was like, you know what, I actually don't want to finish this, so unrecoverable disaster, go, and then you're just done. I did not know that there were books like that. That's interesting. Taking notes for my book. Yeah, that's like how to write an ending for people with ADHD. Just write like a really good story, and then when you get bored, just throw like irrecoverable disaster, and then just end the book. And you're like, yeah, I didn't really want to do that anymore, so I just killed everybody or whatever. I'm pretty sure we've tested Radon at +4 already. but I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember. So damage may look a little no, this is fine. Okay, we're nowhere near like a 1 cycle, but we don't need to be either. Oh, I remember you talking about that, Trebster, actually. Thank you for GG's. But yeah, I just think that would be like a super funny way to like end a trilogy if you just got like bored of writing it. And you're like, you know, I don't really want to do this. And then just... And then the plane went down. The end, you know? That would be kinda crazy. It's a fight on site. Hi, friend. What's up? Everyone say hi to Hunter. Hi, bud. What are you jumping on me for? What do you want? Vi? That's potentially the most Vi sentence I've read all day. Dude, if Vi can't binge the whole thing in like a weekend, she doesn't want it. Which is just like endlessly funny to me, cause like same. Like my biggest pet peeve was like one of the reasons I stopped watching like a lot of TV and stuff like that. The major thing was when like these TV networks started doing like all their own originals and stuff, right? So it would be like, oh, season 1 is out now. And it's like, oh, cool, like I can watch like 12 episodes uninterrupted as I feel like watching them. Great. And then all of a sudden, they all transitioned at the same time into being like, yep, we're releasing 1 episode of season 1 per week. And then sometimes we'll take a break in the middle of the season and won't release it for like 5 weeks. And I'm like, okay, well then I'm not watching your stupid show. Like, there is literally no reason whatsoever to stagger releases in that way. And it's the most annoying crap ever. Yeah. Yeah, anime's not good about stuff like that. Like, I remember when the finale for, like, what was it? Attack on Titan was happening. But they aired the last season in, like, 4 parts or something ridiculous like that. And I remember, like, waiting for, like, the season to actually come out so, like, we could watch it. And then I was, like, I never knew if there was going to be, like, a part 16 or whatever, you know? In which, but, like, I still haven't even watched it. Like, me and Vi were watching it together for a while, and then we were just waiting for the last season for, like, 4 years. Watch them all. Some people get so into One Piece, but I cannot be, like, imagine being engaged in, like, any storyline that is, like, over 1,000 episodes. Like, I will be bored by the time we get to, like, episode 30. Hunter cannot possibly be mauling you if you're sitting here typing in chat telling us about it. Yeah, so like you didn't even watch those episodes. Like that's the thing to me. Like if I'm gonna watch something, like I want to watch it. I don't want to have it like playing in the background while like 3 hours of unimportant stuff. Well, that's the problem. There does not need to be 1,000 episodes of filler for 100 episodes to have like actual content in them. And I'm sure that is not even the correct ratio of filler to like actual episodes, which just makes it all the more annoying. Like, I don't mind a story that's long, but if you're just telling me all this stuff that has no bearing on the story whatsoever, like, I'm just bored. You could have the greatest story ever, but if you won't stop talking about, like, the minute, like, boring details, like, I'm lost. Like, I will just not be interested. Whoops. Which is usually what makes anime like a good form of like content for me. Because like 90% of anime is literally one season, 12 episodes, that's it, done. And like that's the kind of like my brain wants to use the word efficiency, but that is not the word I'm looking for.
Those are the chalified and wet.
Like respect for the viewer's time. Is there something wrong with him, or is he just trying to get like a chew stick or something? Because I feel like that's usually what this turns into. Yeah, that's actually a really good point too, Bacon. Where like so much stuff usually ends up getting cut out from like the actual anime, and then you have to like go read the comics about it. He just had one. He wants another one. He might be upset that you're not upstairs yet. He has done that to me a few times. Yo, what's up, Wraith? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I forgot to level. I don't think that matters, like, at all. But I did forget. Wait, you are upstairs? Oh. Hmm. Yeah, and didn't he, like, just last year release, like, a statement saying, like, yeah, I have to figure out, like, what the One Piece is now? Like, brother, how have you been writing the story for 20 years and you don't even know what the story's about yet? Yeah, I don't know then, Vi. Oh, so it's supposed to be finished already. That's crazy. Be like the fastest wrap up in history. What are you doing, you weirdo? This is the weirdest Godfrey fight of all time. What was that man doing? I'm behind him and he's punishing me for standing directly in front of him. Like, what is that? Oh, I'm dropping frames again, Vi. I don't know what's been up with our internet lately, but it's been kind of garbage. Do you have like a bunch of streams playing on your laptop or something? Like that's the only possible thing I can think that would just make it like tank like that. Like it made sense the other day when it was happening because it was like snowing and like freezing rain that whole day. So it made sense that our connection wasn't like amazing then. Are you back, Vi? Your laptop is off. Oh, I forgot to gambit. We might get hit here. Because I'm kind of an idiot. I guess that's... No, I don't really like that. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to remember to like reset the router after stream or something. Because it's been tanking a lot. I've dropped like 7,000 frames. Which should not just be a thing. Like nowhere near what I used to drop like at the apartment or anything, but yeah, it's been a minute. So that could be. Yeah, it's the stream, it's not you guys. It should be fine now, so if anyone's feeling like they're super behind or anything like that, like if you restart now, it should be fine. Swap to audio only. Yeah, I don't know what actually causes this. Like, I'm plugged directly into the router. You would think pretty much anything could happen. It would be pretty fine. Alright, no worries, Drib. Hunter set a curse, of course he did. Curse of the Hunter, yeah. Sounds about right. I was literally making fun of him about that before stream. He was like trying to sit in my lap while I was like eating. And he was like freaking out and he's like pawing at my hands and stuff, trying to get me to pet him. I'm like, bro, You need to settle down. Like, I don't sit here and, like, pet you constantly anyway. Like, calm down. I need to eat. You'll be fine without human contact for, like, 15 minutes. Yeah, he just, like, sits, like, directly, like, against my chest in my chair. And then he'll, like, crane his head backwards to, like, look up at me, and he's just, like, pawing at my hand, like, hello. And I'm like, dude, chill out. Yeah, and then he hears the wind, and then he won't stop screaming because he thinks someone's, like, trying to break into the house or something. Gold freeze done. To be fair, like, he does have some of them figured out, but he also needs to, like, figure out having neighbors. Like, I cannot have this dog freak out every time, like, the neighbors get home from work. That's a bit much. That happens, like, 5 days a week, so we need to not with that. Brother. Man, even, like, without the extra talismans and stuff, like, he still didn't stagger the way he's supposed to. Thank you for GG. I thought that if we waited until after Morgott to, like, swap all our talismans around, like, our damage would be lower, so we'd be more likely to break him around, like, the transition point. But, like, sometimes he just gives you bad RNG and you just don't get it. I did also forget to pick up the other talisman pouch.
The thorn, a husk, the only way and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide you.
So let's grab that real quick and, like, actually get our setup, because we do want infinite damage on Fire Giant.
You know the finger shake.
Oh, I killed Morgott, so now she's not gonna give it to me, is she? I have to go buy it now. That sucks. I don't think it's expensive. I think it's like 200 or something like that, but when you can get it for free and then you don't because you're an idiot. Oh, 500? Not ideal. Yeah, we're just gonna level up here. I don't want to, like, mess with patrol patterns and stuff by leveling where we're gonna be going. Yeah, our levels are probably gonna be, like, off now, which is annoying. So I wonder if the reason we didn't get the stagger there is because we went for, like, the extra R1 punish on, like, the hammer swipe. That might be bad, because I think that takes away, like, an opportunity for, like, another tap R2, which does, like, more poise. So that could be, like, the difference there. I also feel like he went into swords early, though. So there may be, like, a couple of different things that could have gone wrong there. long as we can get like a clean fire giant here, like we're looking good for the any percent. Fire giant is just such a coin flip, it feels like sometimes. Like he is very obviously not. Like there's a lot of things you can do. It's just some of his hitboxes feel unreadable. Especially once he starts like rolling away all the time and crap like that. Okay. I always forget to check on the elevator what time of day we have. Because as soon as it gets like foggy like this, or it's like rainy in the other section, like you have no way of knowing if you're on a day or night cycle. I wonder if there's like merit to only leveling to like +7 for Morgott. Yeah, we're like right on top of our neighbors, unfortunately. I think like the major thing we have going for us is the fact that like none of our neighbors are loud for once, which is beautiful. Because at like all of the apartments we've lived at previously, we had like the worst neighbors, like noise-wise. No, not really. Like if I'm out there while they're out there, like I'll wave or whatever, but I don't know, I like I kind of keep to myself. There's like an older couple that lives across the street, and then there's like the one dude who lives in the house next door. I don't know if he has like a girlfriend with a kid, or if he's divorced and he has his kid sometime, or something like that. I don't know. Oh, I mean, if they're upset about the noise that Hunter makes, I haven't heard about it, so. I don't know, like, if he's, like, barking while I'm outside shoveling or something like that, I can't even really hear him all that much. So, like, I don't know that they are actually bothered by him barking unless he's, like, outside barking. And I'm sure that's plenty annoying, but, like, that's also something we're working on. No, 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 no. I was getting at past neighbors that we've had who would blast music until like 4 o'clock in the morning, like on a weekday. Just like some random like Tuesday night, and they're up until like 5 a.m. partying. We used to have a neighbor whose car alarm would go off for like an hour and a half every single night at like 1 a.m. We used to live in an apartment where the people above us would wake up mad early for work and just start blasting music at like 4 a.m. Yep, we had people throw fish at our house. That was probably one of the weirder experiences I've had in my life. That was a weird one. Like massive like salmon, just like strips of salmon that they just like threw at the glass sliding door in our old apartment. And we didn't know it happened. So like when we opened up the slider door and there's just like fish covered in ants out there. It was so gross. Yep, just straight up like raw salmon. And then, like, that was the same apartment complex where, like, the Amazon driver would show up, and no matter what the address was on the package, he would just deliver it to our house because it was, like, the one that was, like, closer to, like, the street. Like, the amount of packages that would just, like, show up on our door where, like, the building number wouldn't even be right. The rearranging tables situation. I don't know if I remember that one specifically. Oh, you're right. That wasn't an all the time thing, at least. Like, that was like a very weird like one time thing, but like that was the neighbors who would like usually like blast music, right? Well, I guess not usually. Like, they did not last very long. Like, I think they lived above us for, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 weeks before they got, like, evicted. I think, like, way too many people complained and they got, like, kicked out. Yeah. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Were they? I didn't think it was. Oh no, it was a long time ago. Like, all that stuff is kind of a blur to me at this point. Like, I remember doing all of the things, but I don't remember, like, all of the things being, like, a very long period of time. Like, I think my memory is kind of just, like, shot of, like, that entire, like, moving around for, like, 6 years thing. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't the plan. I don't know, it's like one of those things, you go out, you try something, it works or it doesn't. And that one didn't work. It is what it is. I miss like the one apartment where the neighbor's car alarm would go off like every night. Like if that didn't happen, like that was a nice apartment. I would not have been against like having been there for a while longer. Like it was a little bit small, but overall it was pretty nice. Well, like honestly, I didn't even hate being on the second floor. Like bringing groceries up and stuff sucked. Um, but like the view from the windows was nice. I liked not being like right where people were. Because like if I'm remembering correctly, like that was a not like a busy neighborhood, but like busier. Yeah, they were like crazy steep. But like the trash stuff that they had going on was like super easy. We didn't really have to worry about like snow removal or anything like that down there. They had like a nice parking lot and all that kind of stuff. Like I feel like that place had so much less to worry about in comparison to like a lot of the other places we were. I missed again. Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and say like it was perfect, but like in comparison to the other place that we went like from there, I think it would have been much less stressful, if not like an ideal living situation, you know? I forgot my talismans, bro. I was like, this does no damage. Where did all my damage go? I didn't equip my damage, actually. Like, thankfully it's still fine, but that could have been so much cleaner if I had just decided to let it be cleaner. Whoops. How did we end up with extra levels here? We spent extra, we didn't pick up a rune that we usually get, and we somehow
As
have
well
extra
and
levels.
dead. Are you to commit? Very let my hand.
Did I didn't forget something, did I? I bought my 20 arrows? I'm blanking, I have no idea why this is different. Alright, Pharaoh Missoula at an hour 28 is pretty dope. Yeah. Gotta love that Godskin trio. I haven't seen that happen since, thankfully. That was quite the event. I'm starting to feel like pretty decent about this particular run. We've been running like almost exclusively this category for like a couple of weeks though. Like to the point where I'm like mildly concerned that like the other categories might be suffering. So I'm kind of interested to see how like the Two Sisters run goes. We might work on that one on Wednesday. Like we might do that as like the first run of the night and then like load a save and run this one. That could be a good idea. Because like Rolana is one of those fights you just have to be playing it pretty consistently to stay warm on that fight. And then plus like Renala is just such a tool. I don't think we actually have like a Renala strat yet. I think we only ran that like a couple of times. But, like we need to figure out like how many times we can hit her before she staggers and all that kind of junk. So we can like basically kill her out of Comet. Wait, where was Apostle going? He was like way off to the side for some reason. I wonder if I like walked forward too far or something. He was like stuck in the wall there. I did not get the option to even take the crit. Ah, that's early. Dude. Alright, I'm just gonna wait for him to summon. Okay. Yeah, that was far from ideal. Wait, I had an extra level on Fire Giant, but lost a level for Godskin Duo. Huh? Alright, so that's clean. I would 100% never play this in VR mode. That would be like spin simulator. That would be absolutely horrendous. I remember I was working on like playing through the game like fists only for a little bit, just to see like what that was like and like what a like low damage fight really felt like. And I was fighting like the Pumpkinhead, and that fight was about like 12 minutes long in a small arena. And basically all you do in that fight is just like strafe around him like the entire time. By the time I was like 4 or 5 minutes into that fight, I was so dizzy. Like I do not get dizzy playing video games, but that was like it was a whole thing, and I was like, I don't think I can fight bosses in small arenas like this. And I remember like almost losing the fight from like how like dizzy and like disoriented I was just from like spinning in such a small arena for so long. It was pretty awful. So I can only imagine doing that in like VR, like first person mode or something, you know what I mean? That sounds like a nightmare.
Thou who approacheth destined death, I will not have it stolen from me again.
This is kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. I have never seen him open with that one. That's new and unique. Thank you for doing that now and not on game day. I was not expecting him to like combo that like at all. That was really weird.
To kill what?
Alright, so second set of branches.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne.
Ooh.
I know.
Okay, so we forgot something.
A tarnished.
Because we're shy damage a little bit here.
Not even you. A man cannot kill a god.
Like, realistically, all I can think is literally just that, like, 400 rune. Like, at the very beginning of the game. That can't possibly be the difference between killing Gideon and not. There's no way. Like, we buffed, we used Physic. I'm kind of at a loss. I don't know what that was. Alright, no worries, Vi. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Why is he being so weird this run, dude?
Brave, tarnished. Thy strength.
This run literally just gets, like, sketchier, I swear to God. I kind of wanted to, like, hit him first. Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Yo, what's up, Vinicius? What's up, young dude? Ooh. that's early. I think we can just like walk up to him and hit him. Yeah, okay. There's any percent. We take those. Okay, ads are about to run in just a minute, so I think we're gonna take like a quick break here. And my frames are buffering and crap. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a quick break while my frames sort themselves out, and I'll take the dog out and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll be back in just a short amount of time. That's it. That's it. We did it. That's it. We just beat it. No hit. Not a single one. Let's go! Holy crap, dude. I was not ready for the backside. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Get me out of slow mo. Alright, hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh snap, I got a Snorlax EX. Huge. I have never had so much luck in one set that I'm having with this Eevee set. I'm dropping my controller. It's fine. Man, if we don't get the run tonight, like, what do I even... Are you kidding me? Nope, nope. Okay, it's back up. But, like, I think once we cut down on a lot of the stupid mistakes... yeah, once we cut down on stupid mistakes, I think that's gonna cut a lot of time. I think it'll probably be closer to like 3.5. Did I have no stamina? I definitely had stamina there. I tapped B and I just didn't go anywhere. Huh. Yo, what is this angling that is happening right now? I hate it, all of that. Yo. I did not know that. Are you serious? Dude. That was unreal. I'm honestly not even really sure what hit me there. Alright, I'm not falling for this again. What? What was that? Are you kidding? Alright. We got to heal. We didn't die. I shouldn't have said anything. I can't wait to drop like half an inch too far and just die. That's gonna be sick. Alright, well. Wait, who are you summoning? What? Yo, what? I have never. That's insane. What? What? You know what, Vi? That is a very good point. This is Poppy's fault. If Poppy would just play co-op Elden Ring with us, it would be fine. We wouldn't even be here. Alright guys, yeah, so we're gonna have to figure out what's going on with my router, because that's annoying, but it's really weird because Twitch is reading my bitrate as being like perfectly fine, like it's green for the first time in like ever. And like OBS is like, we've dropped 12,000 frames. Oh, yes, thank you, Bacon. Alright, so yeah, that's a clean any percent right there. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with Melania. Do our best to make sure this is clean as well. I don't know if you're still there or not, Vinicius, but I hope your runs have been going well, dude. I don't know what's going on with the router. It might just need a reset. I forgot to reset it after stream the other day when we were having the same issues. I kind of just assumed it was like a weather thing. So like I was gonna reset it, and then I was like, you know, like it's probably fine. Very nice. It had just occurred to me, oh, did I accidentally like hit the record button too? Like is my computer like straining? Nope, not recording. And Twitch seems to read the bitrate as being fine. So I have like fewer and fewer ideas about what the actual issue is. Oh wow, that was like way earlier. That was like almost too early on that dodge too, so that was very close. Not the cleanest fight. We want better than that. Like, it's fine, but ideally we want better than that. That wasn't great. He like went into his like 50% move like very, very quickly there. Cause like he usually does like the initial jump on you into like the backward stabs, and then there's usually like a lightning kick that follows that. He just went directly into like the transition move, so that was kind of awkward. I was sitting there planning on like punishing him still. I wasn't sure if I had the stamina to like actually get as far away as I wanted to be. And then like by the time we ran away, like we came back and did like the weapon art dodge and like our stamina was gone. So I was worried we weren't even gonna kill him out of the like the stagger that we got there. I was like, this might not be enough damage. I wasn't even sold that we were gonna get the stagger. So there's a lot of things that made that not ideal. I don't know, that's like one of those fights where like no matter how much I practice it, it still feels weird to do in an actual run. And I'm not really sure why. There's just like always some strange thing that happens that I like never see during practice. Alright, only 2 bosses left. So feeling pretty good. I think we've done like a really good job of just like cutting out potential for like a lot of hits. Which probably seems like a weird thing to say as I just YOLO through this section, but like I feel like a lot of the things that I've been nervous about getting hit on this run, we've like diminished significantly. Like our Nile, it's been a minute since we actually got hit on Nile. The only hits we've taken have been to like trying to do the weapon art dodge. Which that's just like a really tight timing. If I was smart, I would literally just not do that, but it's so cool that I just like really want to. Yeah, tutorial over now. Oh, I pulled the wolf. Yeah, I think I didn't veer hard enough right there. And then we ended up like veering hard left and almost ran into like the Dragonkin ghost. So that could have been terrifying, but we're good. How are your runs going, Vinicius? You still doing like the 1 run a day thing? You seen anything past ONS? Taking a break for a few days, yeah. Yeah, a run every day is ambitious. Like, you watch some people play Like, you watch, like, Meta, you watch Sykes, they stream, like, basically every single day. And it's like, dude, how are you just, like, not so burnt out? Like, I don't think I could do this every day. Oh, distance PV, there you go. That's pretty solid. That's, like, DLC stuff, so that should be, like, towards the end, no? I'm not entirely sure what your overall route for that looks like, but I would assume that's probably, like, pretty close. Bow. Aw, no way, dude. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, I had like a similar fumble when I was working on like AGR. My first one-hit PB was to Melania, which was the boss that we were ending on. And like my head knew that I needed to roll, and like I just pressed like right trigger instead, and I just like swung an attack, and like we traded hits, and it was just over. It's like it's crazy to think about like how fragile these runs are. Like literally just one little slip up and that's it, you know? And it's like blogging's not even like necessarily like a misinput or anything, you know? Like that's not really like a full action. So it's crazy that even something as minor as that can be enough to just like end it. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That's like one of those things though. That's super close to the end. You've done like all these other Dark Souls 1 runs. Like that's a pretty good indicator that you probably got this pretty soon. Which is very exciting. You've been farming those DS1 runs for a long time now. Yeah, I feel you. When you're like in that stressful like oh this could be it moment, like it's really easy to just like grip your controller a little too hard and resting your finger becomes well you pressed it. Like the line is quite fine, especially when you're in like high adrenaline situations like that. Like even if you just get like the adrenaline rush and like your hand starts shaking a little bit, like you can 100% accidentally like tap a button just from that. Like, yep, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so we have a night cycle here. I don't want it to get. Oh, that's like fresh night. That would have been fine. You don't get shaky. I mostly get shaky. That's like my number one thing. Like my hands are not steady to begin with. So like as soon as like adrenaline starts happening, that's like the most noticeable one for sure. But yeah, I get like it's not bad enough to like call them tremors, but like My hands do just be shaking. Like, my handwriting is so garbage. Literally just because, like, my hands are shaking all the time. So, like, when it's actually, like, a nervous response, like, that's when it gets actually really bad. We didn't need that. Yo, an aggroless line? I'm not sure why they lost me that time. Usually those, like, zombie things just stay aggroed, like, until we get to Loretta. Or rest here. I don't know why they didn't this time. Oh. That was interesting. I don't think I've ever had that Crystallian, like, shoot at me. That was a first. Alright, so one of these. One of these. Get this. Yeah, this is a really cool zone. Like, especially, like, aesthetically speaking. No way! I thought she could only fall on me if I was in front of her. That's unreal, dude. So when Loretta staggers, if she's up against the wall, what can happen is her stagger animation is supposed to include her backing up. So when her back is to a wall and she starts backing up, she doesn't go into the wall. She goes like slightly like off the ground, so she gets lifted very, very slightly and then falls. I thought you could only get staggered by that if you were in front of her. So like she's staggered, I'm way off to the side, so I'm like, okay, like we just finish her then while she's staggering. I walk up and then she just immediately falls on me. So like I knew that was a thing. That is not how I thought it how it works. Yeah, for real bacon. Yeah, like I remember when I was working on AGR, and I remember like Donut telling me about it, and he was like, "Yeah, if you're like in front of her when she's like up against the wall and she staggers, like careful because she can literally just fall on you." And I thought that was specifically if you were standing in front of her, but apparently that is not the case. Okay, Like, I would rather find that out now than, like, on a run. Yeah, it's in the BRB video bacon. Most people have seen it. If you mean the Godskin trio thing. All right. Well. Yeah, dude, that one was wild. Like it was easy to work around at the very least, but holy. You have narrowed it down not at all, Bacon. That's just like Dark Souls in a nutshell, my dude. You know, these lines today are clean, dude. I guess I'm not done with this, huh? Right, I don't think I need to do anything. Yeah, ramp fall damage has happened to me. There was one moment in one of the runs where I literally lost the run to this, so I was like actually super upset. But I fell through the floor in Sen's Fortress. That was pretty garbage. Yeah, the ghost hitboxes are insanely annoying and insanely consistent across all FromSoft games, if you can believe it. I got ghost boxed on Horaloo once. It's like you can just like transition him while he's in the middle of an attack, and like the attack like just stays active like the entire rest of the fight. It was really, really weird. Oh, let's get a golden vow back on this thing. Yeah, so like the good news about the Loretta hit is now that we have that knowledge, like that's a very easy hit to just never take again. Like we can literally just wait until she's done staggering and then goes to like transition. And you have like a solid like 3-second window to kill her there. And she was only like 1 or 2 hits at that point, so. Yeah, that's like not even a whole hit. See, Vinicius knows. Vinicius is a gamer. Yeah, like I've literally been actively fighting that because like I purposely put her into the wall so that she can't like get too far away from me so I can always get the stagger. But I've always like taken extra precaution to like rotate to the side So that can't happen. And then it happened anyway. So it's like, okay, cool. Now we know, I guess. Well, like, that's good, because we do fight her on multiple runs throughout the league. We fight her for smithing percent as well, because she's guarding, like, literally, I think it's like 3 10s that we use. Oh man, we might like waterfowl straight out of transition here. Called it.
Your strength.
Clean.
Extraordinary. The mark.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, that feels like as good as a no-hit run. Like, I feel very, very confident we'll never have that happen on Loretta again.
Dearest Mikola.
Which is actually really cool,
My
because the
brother.
last run was also a one-hit,
I'm sorry.
but it was to something that I, again, like,
I
didn't know
finally
existed.
met
So
my
the last 2 runs have been one-hit runs, and both were to things that I didn't know could happen. So like I'm feeling really, really good about this run at this moment. So that's pretty nasty. That was like quick too. That was like 2:16 with a bathroom break. Like this is gonna be like just over a 2-hour run. Like that's huge, dude. We take those all day long. Yeah, dude, like that's pretty good. I'm just trying to think, like, where do we go from here? I don't want to, like, overdo it and keep running this, like, over and over. Like, we'll run it again tomorrow, and then we'll also run through Two Sisters. Or not tomorrow, Wednesday, rather. Um, like, that Melania was, like, omega clean. I felt great about that. That felt real good. Yeah, I guess we'll just boot up a save and do like some boss practice, but that was pretty good. I'm happy with that. Alright, so I guess we should like start warming up Rolana. That's probably important. Let me get the splits out of here. This will likely not be the actual save. Because that's... Yeah, I don't know why my game does this. Whenever I try to load this Rolana save, it loads me into Hippo first. Which is really weird, because I've never, like, practiced Hippo. Like, that's the most out-of-pocket, like, random fight that they could have picked. What are you doing, you weirdo? I love getting frame trapped by glint blades, specifically. Glint blades might be the best ability in the game. Honestly, if she delays on me like that in an actual like live run, I might just grace out. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Because it feels like that's just like a frame trap just waiting to happen. Being weird. Oh, wow. Okay, I was expecting the transition there, and it just didn't happen. I mean, you know? I haven't pulled that fight out for a minute, so just logging on and getting that, that feels pretty good. You jerk. Jerk part 2. Why are you like this? I'm feeling significantly less nervous about the Two Sisters run. Good lord. You know, I have been practicing, like, actually playing Claw. I feel like that makes a massive difference in that fight. Like, it was one of those things where, like, I could do it, and I did do it on some fights, but I've been, like, actively practicing it a bit more lately. And I feel like I can really feel the difference in that fight, so that's cool. I guess we should probably run some Mesmer. Mesmer is just forever a problem.
Of gold,
Okay, cool.
in the embrace
That
of
was
Mesmer's flame.
literally like a 1 frame late roll. Like it consumed my stamina and everything.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the
I went for
embrace of
4 punishes
Messmer's
there by
flame.
accident. I just completely miscounted. Like, you can get 3 on the spear throw, but I just had 1 extra input there. Yeah, that should only be 2 also. Yeah, I've just been so locked in on like the 2 trees run. And now this other fight that's like insanely difficult is like getting to be not so hot.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace of Messmer's
You have to roll
flame.
that one so early. He rarely does it though, so like I feel like I'm like not identifying that move like anywhere near fast enough. I feel like I'm like trying to fight this too fast. I think that is like often the problem I have with a lot of these fights. Like I get hit and it's literally just a result of me like not taking my time when I need to.
Those stripped of the grace of gold shall all meet death. In the embrace
I didn't
of
expect him to
Messmer's
just like
flame.
swipe from neutral. I'm supposed to roll left so I don't end up like right on top of him like that. Yo, that jump punish is dope when both halves of the swing actually hit. Alright, there it is. What the heck are you doing? It was actually like insanely clean. So it ended up being a half hit run. But yeah, she went down very easy. We got a waterfowl. It's not like we just did so much damage that we just skipped everything about her that was hard. We just reacted appropriately to just everything. And then we did Rolana. Got her like 3 times in a row. Nice. Alright, a couple slip ups attempting Mesmer, but that's not bad at all. Oh, did it really? Eesh. Hate that. Yeah, it doesn't look like I've dropped any more frames. You might just need to like refresh. Okay, yeah. You know. What else do we need to work on? Should we like run some Reichard probably? Reichard would probably not be a bad idea. Let's actually do Gaius while we're doing like DLC stuff, because we're kind of like ripping through. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. What's going on, Shane? Hope you're doing well, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I think that is gonna be a pretty banger match. I was worried for a while that he was just gonna like mop the floor with me, but like the last. Wait, why? Okay. But like the last like two or three streams, we've had like really good runs. I haven't gotten a 0 hit yet, but we've gotten quite a few ones, which I'd be more than happy to just take like ones all the way down. Like I think that would be like kind of insane consistency across like 7 different runs. Why are you being weird? What are you doing right now? Wow, this is just Whiff City. Alright. I must have like rolled too early that first time, but otherwise still feel pretty decent. So that's level 9. That's what will be for like all of the DLC fights for this run. But I'm doing like all of my practice saves are like with no talismans. DLC, I'm still like weapon level plus 10 and all that stuff. Yeah, the damage is not bad at all. It's even higher on like the actual run. I just like to practice like lower damage. But yeah, what usually happens is we can hit him a bit more consistently. I whiffed so many times, so you didn't see it here, but we usually get him into the transition and literally just kill him there, which has been super sweet. Let's run some Morgott. I feel like I should practice Rykard, but that one's not for like a hot minute, and it's also insanely boring to practice. So I think we'll probably leave that for when it's closer. Hello? He didn't even try to transition there. That was weird. Yeah, if you can believe it, Morgott's low damage as well. But it's a somber weapon, so it's not exactly a task to be +9 at this point in the run. Alright, and then swords. It is not an insignificant amount. Yeah, it's more lightning than physical, which is pretty crazy, especially when you end up leveling Dex more. I think probably helps that a lot. But like the fact that like the physical just like flat amount is lower than the lightning is is just crazy. Like, the damage on this is very nice. I do not want to talk to you, actually. Yeah, we can run Loretta again, because Shane, we lost a no-hit run to Loretta falling on us this past run. It was actually a bit dumb. Yeah, all the weapons are very crazy. But like in their own unique ways too, which is like really cool. Where all of these runs will be very exciting to watch. Like I'm almost looking forward to like watching other people play more than I am to like playing myself. Yeah, it's gonna be like really, really cool. Like Spectre's weapon is sick, Meta's weapon is sick, Cronus has a really sick weapon, Witty's weapon is pretty dope. Like, yeah, the fact that you can like crouch and just like circle like this is so funny. It's like that attack basically just doesn't exist. But yeah, basically what's supposed to happen here is like when we have actual like run damage, we stagger her and basically just kill her straight from that. What happened was I staggered her into the wall. So when I hit her, she tries to stagger backwards, ends up like climbing the wall a little bit. And then, you know, she falls. She lands on me. I'm staggered. Everybody's sad. We all go home and cry. Yeah, so like what happens is I'll run at her and I'll try to stay close to this wall. She jumps up, I weapon art into her, and then usually what happens is she'll try to jump away. She'll like jump towards this wall, and I can kind of just like run around like this and dodge all the glint blades, and if she does like the magic bow or whatever, I can just run straight at her and it never hits me. So like she lands, she's standing like about here. I'm on the side, I weapon art her again, and she staggers. I was under the impression that when she staggers, I knew that she could fall on you. I thought you had to be standing in front of her for that to happen, though. It turns out it happens on the sides as well. So, good news is that never happens again. Bad news is I lost my no-hit run. Yeah, like I remember when I was working on AGR, like Donut was telling me about it. Um, he's like, yeah, you got to be careful when you like stagger her against the wall because she can literally fall on you. And for whatever reason, my brain logged that as make sure you're not standing in front of her. But it just happened to us just now where I was like off to her side and knew she was still able to fall on me somehow. So the more you know. Yikes. Oh, no stamina. No, so it's when you hit her out of like that staggered animation. She has like the recoil animation where she does like a bunch of steps back. My theory is that what happens when she does that into the wall, she doesn't go through the wall, she ends up like climbing the wall a little bit and then falls back down. And then when she falls back down, she can land on you. Yo, what's up, Spectre? How's it going, dude? How were runs tonight? Hope they were mid. You were trash, that sucks, dude. Were you just like having trouble with boss fights? Did you have like weird running sections? Like, what was going on? Learn some I mean, that's the important part, right? I almost just had this hitless. I lost it to Loretta falling on me, if you can believe that.
Your strength. Extraordinary. The mark.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure when she does that, like backstep stuff, there's some weird collision that happens that like pushes her up into the air and then like drops her. Oh, no part of me thinks I have this in the bag. Yeah, I feel that, dude. It's tough. Like as it gets closer, like it definitely does feel like the runs are like getting harder to do. Um, not consistently isn't the word I'm looking for. Just like under the building pressure. Like I'm definitely feeling some of that myself. Yo, what's up, Lemon? How's it going, dude? Yeah, I don't know about in the bag, but I have definitely taken great strides to be closer to where I want to be. But like that that one like 8-9 hit run that we had the other day is like haunting me. Because that could literally just end up being like the run that I get that's live, you know what I mean? Yeah, honestly, like I do think everyone is going to do very well. Like there's no one on the roster where I'm like, hey, I'm sure we should have invited this guy. Like everyone's pretty good at what they do, you know? What are you doing, you weirdo? Run. Okay. Shut up, Shane. Alright, that's good. That's good. I'm like kinda mad about that, but like not really. Listen, I've been told by multiple people now that the counterclockwise waterfowl looks better. A plus, thank you, thank you. No way, dude. No, it doesn't do. It was so funny. I heard Vi yell from the other room. She had like just tuned into Meta's stream. And she's like, "Why aren't you to be trusted?" I'm like, what are you talking about?
True
And then
Lord.
all of this because Lank saw me dodge waterfowl backwards. It's so funny.
Oh, dearest.
Yeah. It's so funny because like our offices are separate. They're like right next to each other, but like we're not sitting in the same room. So she's like yelling across the house to me like, "Why are you untrustworthy?" or like whatever it said. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" All right. Dude, I was crying. So funny. All right, let's do a Nile again. Nile's a good one to keep fresh. Yeah, he really does. It's so funny though. You can brother, in what world is your weapon so lacking that it needs to be greased? Are you joking right now? That's gonna be like insta bleed and frost. Like, what the heck? It can't really. That's weird. I wonder why that is. I would have assumed that that was like a body buff that you were getting. That's weird, that grease. Oh, right, yeah. No, that does make sense. Dude, I hate practicing this on low damage. Like, you get that stomp and it's just all over. But I also, like, I'm so many different levels when I get to this point. It's like we do this run on 2 serpents and we're like mega strong. We do this on 2 trees and we're even stronger. We do it for 2 sisters, we're kind of weak at this point. And then I think we're probably like the weakest on like 3 commanders. Like our damage for this actually might be somewhat similar, honestly. I can't imagine like your weapon being your weapon and then describing that as being disgusting, as if not everything else about your weapon is. Yo, can you guys like separate a little bit? Alright, on a typical run, he's dead now. Oh, even so. Wait, does it? Does that make your Fias free? That would be pretty nice. Yeah, I gotcha. Dude, that could be huge. Yeah, I think me and Azaz are like the only ones with like a decent Fias so far. Like Witty's isn't bad, I don't think, but like mine's kind of a joke, dude. Even even with like no buffs and stuff, like this is kind of just a bit silly. Um, I think one issue that I do have is my FP. I don't think one flask is enough for this. I'll have 5 on like an actual run, but as you can imagine, this with no buffs, it's only going to be better on an actual run. Hold on. Why does he get a hitbox when casting glint blades? That's an attack? That one-shots me? That's interesting. Okay. I mean, we can free aim it and just not land on him. That's fine, but why is that a thing? What? So you're telling me if I'm about to cast glint blades and someone jumps on me, I'm gonna like do insane amounts of damage to them? I highly doubt it. You know what? I wonder if I caught like all of the glint blades like appearing at the last possible second. That could be a thing. Okay, so apparently this is a little bit difficult to free aim. Yeah. That's kind of crazy that Fia's is actually the one NPC boss that is not free. That's actually insane because I've practiced this so much and I've never seen any of that crap. Alright, so maybe I do lock on because the only reason that happened the second time was because I just straight up whiffed it. The hitbox for the weapon art looks like it should be a lot bigger than it is. So I think I just need to be more aware of my timing is probably the issue. But like that's usually the reaction you get. They just start like running in circles underneath you like that. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one has a hitbox while he's on the ground, which is nice. And like there always is some running for this part because they're annoying. How long do those skulls actually last? That's insane. Wow. Yeah, this was a god-awful idea. Alright, no worries, Spectre. Have a good night, dude. Yeah, like on an actual run when you just like one-shot everyone, this isn't so bad. But I only ran this once and I forgot to like actually, or no, I tried to fight them too early. So I was like, this isn't a good reflection, so I shouldn't make a save state of this. But we will 100% be able to like one-shot them on the actual run. Yeah, I mean, like, that's one thing they could do. I don't know. Like, the unfortunate reality is there's just, like, so much wrong with this fight. Like, NPCs in general are just broken. Never mind 3 who are just gonna sit here and, like, input read you all day, you know? He dodged it. That is the first time an NPC has dodged. Oh, because he has the quick step that he just throws out there. He didn't even try to dodge it. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, because he'll just run at you like quick stepping. Like he doesn't use it to dodge. He uses it as like a gap closer. Yeah, that's so annoying. Like these guys have very low health pools. With like Warrior Jar Shard, Lightning Talisman, like all this stuff. Like this should be a lot easier. Like there's really no reason to be practicing Fia's Champ's low damage. So the problem is that Lionel becomes active before any of the other ones do. And the weapon art takes a very long time to charge up. So if I don't go for Lionel right away, he'll probably hit me while I'm charging. Yeah, I don't know why they decided that was a thing that they were going to do, but they decided to do it. Yeah, see, like, he just randomly, like, quick steps. That's insane. That's a misplay on my part, but, like, screw that guy. But yeah, like, I'm pretty sure we'll one-tap Lionel even. Yeah, no, I 100% don't think he was. Let me spawn in, like, my talismans and stuff just to make sure, like, this isn't actually going to be a major issue. What is my build here? Lightning Scorpion. Blue Dancer. Ritual Sword. And... Wait, what's my other talisman? I'm blanking so hard right now. Oh, Warrior Jar Shard. Oh, I need the, the talisman pouches too. This is a weird save. Okay, and then let's also swap the flask so we have more blue just in case. I don't think we need it, but just in case. And then I'm gonna actually like overwrite this save. So, because there's no reason to be out here practicing low damage Fias. Like, that's not gonna be something that we do. And we're like level 80, which is gonna be low. Because we will more than likely come do this like after we've killed like Placidusac, so we'll be like level 100 at least, I would think. And this is also without like Godric's Great Rune and stuff too, so. A little bit. A little bit. You might be right about that. There is a chance. Yeah, because like ideally I would kill Mr. Carrion Slicer over here first. Like in a perfect world that would be... Why am I not running? I had no stamina, that's why. Yeah, I mean, with damage, I think this is fine. It's a little bit goofy because it's Fia's, but I know he's so annoying, dude. Like, can you believe that this fight gives you 40k runes? Like, that's basically as much as Godric gives you. I would fight Godric 10 times in a row hitless if it meant not fighting Fias. But they're like, they're worth less than 10k a piece. Like, homie's got no value whatsoever. Oh, that was not the quick attack I was expecting. I didn't roll tight enough. I need to like actually learn how that circle tech works because I do not know. Yes, in case this is confusing for anyone. This save state didn't involve playing through the game, it just involved getting to Radagon and then saving. So, Godfrey's a little bugged. I like how he's supposed to be holding Morgott, but they just didn't bother to like animate that. Yeah, like on the 3 hammer slams, I've seen people like run around him instead of like actually rolling the last one. I need to learn like how that actually works. because I do not get it. That was the earliest jump of my life. Yeah, on the third one. Is it just walking? Okay. I'm always running, but that would make a lot of sense. Yeah, this is one of those fights I'm not super great at. It's scripted for like the 2 trees run, which is I think the only run where we actually fight Radabeast. Yeah, I have no idea either, but we can try. I just have to make sure like I don't circle around him. Like on the actual run, that's where he's dead. Yep, you literally just walk. Okay, cool. Yeah, I wonder if like you run, you end up like spinning him like too fast or something. Yeah, let's do like a couple more Melanias and we'll probably call it a night. Like this is definitely like the massive focus of the 2 trees run, so. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's pretty dope, right? Okay, cool.
Blade of Mikula.
Was that another like 1 frame too late? Was my stamina like consumed there? I think it might have been. Oh, I have ER tool open now. I can like fast quit. I always forget. Well, I had the stamina, but like when you do like a 1 frame too late, like the game will consume the stamina, but you won't get the roll kind of thing. That's something that's been happening to me a lot lately. Where like I'm reacting like literally like a couple of frames too late to certain moves. Yo, what's up, Giggity? Welcome in. You doing well? Whoa, okay, that was ill-advised. No stagger, really? Yeah. Yep, I'm dropping frames again. I really need to like end and probably like reset my router or something.
Your strength. Extraordinary.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet. Like, I was having this issue the other day, but it was also like freezing rain outside, so I was like, okay. Like, it's reasonable for crap connection to be going down right now. But, like, right now it's fine. I have not, no. I've now said probably 6 or 7 times tonight that that's gonna be what I do once I end stream. But yeah, I hope you're doing well, Gig. Stream has been going quite well. We got a one-hit run, and the one hit was an absolute scam, and we immediately knew what to do to make sure it never happened again. So we take those. That's basically a no-hit run. But yeah, game one is coming up this weekend. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so let's. Yeah, that would be sick. It would be really dope for people to show up. It's like a charity event. We're collecting money to go to what's it? Games for Love, I believe, is the name. Um, I have a command for this. Hold on, just 1 second. I do not remember what the command is. Because, like, Numa had stuff. Like, he wanted it. Okay, here we go. But that's like the website. You can go there and like look at all that stuff. But yeah, it seems pretty cool. I haven't looked into it too much just yet. I'm planning on doing that at some point this week. But yeah, there's gonna be like different incentive goals and stuff like that. Where if we raise X amount of money, like one of the runners will do a certain thing. Like after the league and stuff like that. There's like some of the runners will attempt like these monster like giga runs and stuff like after the fact, which is like really cool. I was trying to come up with something, and then they like filled out the entire incentive list before I could think of anything. So I was like, oh, rip. Okay, well. But yeah, it's a cool cause. So if you guys are free and you're even somewhat interested in the event, like it's definitely worth showing up for. Oh, okay. That was completely my bad. Heck yeah, dude. I'm super looking forward to it too. I'm really looking forward to Saturday and just like sitting back and like watching the games, which I think is a really good sign. I don't know that like people who are playing in competitions are usually like super looking forward to like watching the other games in the competition. That seems like something that probably doesn't happen all the time. But you'll get to see like a lot of really cool runs, a lot of really talented runners do very hard things, and like all for a good cause and all that. So huge W. Yeah, so like Numa's gonna be hosting. He's got like special guests and stuff lined up for some of the matches. But if you watch it on Numa's stream, like he'll have like the each player's like POV and stuff like that. I got stuck on the pillar. Yeah, it's so easy to do that because like there shouldn't be collision where there is nothing. Yeah, I big time agree with you on that one. Like, it should be very hard to find, like, the line underneath it. So, like, my problem is, I just run into it constantly, so as far as I'm concerned, it's almost the size of this, like, arena, which is just crazy. Like, I don't know whose idea that was, Miyazaki, but I think we could do better. She, like, ran up to me and didn't do the kick. That was so weird. Oh, yeah, same. Yeah, when I worked on AGR, like, during my work hours and stuff, I would literally just, like, boot up this fight, turn on no death, and, like, repeat action. And I would just, like, off and on, I'd just, like, pick it up and put it down throughout the day and just practice waterfowl exclusively, like, over and over again. It's just such a precise dodge. Oh, you know what's really nice with this weapon? I don't care about, like, transitioning her with the riposte, because my charged R2 literally hits her, like, 19 times. Yeah, it really does. Like, it's a pain to learn how to do correctly, but, like, once you get it, it feels so good. Yeah, basically, right? Pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried I was gonna get hit because I was just using so much stamina there. Because that's the thing about having like a really aggressive playstyle where you just punish everything. It's really easy to like burn yourself out on stamina and get punished for it. Are we really gonna get through this entire fight without seeing clones?
Your strength.
Alright.
Extraordinary.
Holy blood.
The mark of a true
How did it
lord.
all end up on my face? Thank you for GG's. Yeah, that was with an unleveled weapon too. So I think that kind of indicates we're in a very decent spot for this.
My brother.
I'm feeling good about it.
I'm sorry. I finally...
I think we'll probably call it there. I don't want to keep dropping frames and then having people like unsure if the stream's crashing or whatever, but yeah, I appreciate everyone coming and hanging out tonight. Let me go ahead and see who's online for a potential raid tonight. Um, yeah, no worries, dude. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out, and chatting. Always a pleasure. Um, I don't really think I have any targets tonight, but I think that's kind of okay because I have to like immediately reset my router and stuff. Yo, Shiro, what's going on, dude? I appreciate you even thinking of me to think to drop in the first place, dude. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, practice actually went really, really well. Let me turn the hit counter back on for a second there so people can see it. We had literally one hit to Loretta because we staggered her against a wall and she fell on us. Which was a thing that I knew could happen. I didn't know it could happen the way that it did, though. Um, so that's like something that is very, very simple to fix. And the last run, we had a singular hit on Ratabeast, which, again, as you can see, the 0 here, that was also very easily solvable. So I'm feeling pretty... Yeah, it basically doesn't even count, dude. It just doesn't count. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. Game 1 is coming up. It's going to be on Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. I don't know what time zone you're in, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to end stream tonight, guys. I have to like figure out what's going on with my internet. I don't want to drop in on someone and be like, "Yo, I'm here. Shout me out. I'm leaving." So I think we're just going to wrap it up there. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who came in and hung out, and I will be back on Wednesday. We might run through 2 trees and 2 sisters. I think will probably be the plan. Yeah, well, I just didn't know it could happen that way, Bacon. Like, I knew it could happen. I thought I had to be standing in front of her for it to happen. I didn't know she could fall on me sideways. That was new information. So, I mean, the more you know. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, it happened. It wasn't during an official match, so now we know, and now it can't happen. So that's always good at least. But yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday, 7 p.m. EST start time as per usual. We'll probably run through Two Trees and then start warming up Two Sisters as well for the following week. But yeah, take care, guys, and I will see you then.